and student. In last lecture we have seen chit chat activity of the topic 2.4 excuses a skit. Now see the excuses a skit characters, which are the characters Ritesh, Mrs. Sen. Ritesh is a school student and Mrs. Sen is class teacher. Scene a classroom. The scene is the classroom. Ritesh, may I come in, madam? Mrs. Sen, now don't you think you are early? Mrs. Sen, Ritesh is asking to the Mrs. Sen, may I come in, madam? Then Mrs. Sen replying that, now don't you think you are early? Then Ritesh is saying, the madam, pardon me, ma'am. Mrs. Sen, I am in for second period. You are too early for the second period. Ritesh, I am sorry. So sorry, ma'am. I am really sorry. I started well in times for homes. You won't believe what happened. Ritesh saying that, pardon, madams, I don't understand what you are saying. Mrs. saying that I mean for or she mean for second period. Ritesh is so early. So for second period, then Ritesh is saying that, sorry, madam, I am really sorry because he started well in time from home, but he said that you don't believe what happened, Mrs. Sen. Well, see, let us hear the story first. What happened? Nothing short of an earthquake, I am sure. Then, so with expression, he's saying that, and then saying that Mrs. Sen, they will see or hear the story first. What happened? Then she's saying that no, nothing short of an earthquake. She sure, nothing short of nothing less than means Ritesh, no ma'am, really ma'am, honestly ma'am. Mrs. Sen, go ahead, go ahead. Then Ritesh saying that, no ma'am, really ma'am, I am telling, honestly telling, truly telling that. And then Mrs. saying that, go ahead, go ahead. Ritesh, I was walking to school as usual. I was halfway down the narrow lane that leads to the market. Suddenly, I heard a scream from the main road, and Ritesh is giving the excuses or explaining why he has came too late to the school. Then he said that he was walking to school as usual, and when he went or when he crossed the half way, which is going through that narrow lane, which leads to the market, and that time suddenly he heard the scream from the main road. Mrs. Sen then, uh, and of course, you had to investigate. Investigate means carry out a systematic search to discover with about some incident. And Mrs. Sen said, and of course, you have to investigate this scream who has scream or who has scroll on that main road. Ritesh, yes, madam. I had to find out if someone needed help, and sure enough, there was this person lying near the pavement. He was growing with pain. And then Ritesh is replying that, yes, madam, I had to, or he had to find out if someone needed help of his. So he sure, so he stopped there for the investigation and went there, and then he said that when he went there on the main road, that times he saw that this person or one person was lying on the pavement means a footpath of the side of a road, and that person was lying on that footpath, and that person was growing with pain or some, that person was making the painful sound due to the pain. Growing means making painful sound. Then Mrs. Sen asking, so you took him to Dr. Jadhav? And then Mrs. Sen or the class teacher is saying to the Ritesh, that is, then you took that person's which was lying on that footpath with the growing. We took to that person's to Mr. Dr. Jadhav. Ritesh said, no, ma'am, I didn't get the chance. Just as I reached that man, another man came running out of the shop there with a pocket in his hand, and the shopkeeper also ran out shouting, Chor, chor, catch him. Then Ritesh replied that, no, madam, I don't got that chance because when I reached that person's, which person was lying near the footpath, and that times another persons came from the shopkeeper running and with the pocket in his hand, and that times shopkeeper also was behind that person running and saying that chor chor catch them. Mrs. Sen, amazing, quite a handful for uh, you to deal with and all at once. What did you do then? Then Mrs. Sen asking that wonderful or amazing. That is, at one times you have to deal two things. That is to help to the person who was lying on the footpath and another the person who is chasing to the thief, or you have to catch that thief which has the pocket in his hand. Ritesh said, yes ma'am, but the most amazing things happened then. That man near the pavement, he too got up and began to run with the thief. Without losing a moment, I ran after them. And then Ritesh said that, yes madam, I had to handle to deal with, that means to handle both things. But the amazing thing is that when I reached that person which was lying near the that pavement, that times that person was got off or from that place and also began to run with that thief, and without losing any moment, Ritesh too ran after that two person. Next part we will see in next video.